All right, real quick, y'all. Start from the top. This is a forex chart. This is the amount of people buying the stock, selling the stock. Make drawings invisible. Hide drawing. Whatever. This right here, this green and red bars. This is the time of like a daily time frame, meaning that each little bar you see here, the red or green bar, is the price a stock moved in one day. So this was one day, that was another day, 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 and this is right now. Now I'm in the daily chart frame. It's like the best time frame to use. There's many time frames. There's the 1 day, 4 hours, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. But it's always better to catch the daily ones just because they pay the most and they're a lot less stressful to trade. Now, what these mean, it means that wherever there's like a big spike, that's the amount of people who are interested in buying or selling it. Same thing for this one. So as we can see, we had a lot of people like selling it more than buying it. So the red means that it's sold, the green means bought. So more people were interested in selling it at this price, and it just kept on going down. And then more people were interested at this price, sold off again, and then people are kind of interested right now in price here. Now, the reason why I like these areas is they're my points of interest, so I marked them off on the chart. So I put these green boxes to kind of like outline wherever they land. So that's my daily. Go down to a 4 hour. Now, before I get into it, I did like the volume. This is volume. This is the amount of actual buying and selling happening that per day. But this is like for the hour part. So every 4 hours, one of these lines is created, one of these bars. The higher the bar, that means that there's more interest, more um, action, more movement in price. Now we come down to the point where I explain why I went into this stock and why I bought it. It's because back on December 28th, we had this moment where it dipped down, and you can see the green bars. It was bought up again. People were interested in it, sold off again. People were interested in it again, and then we went back into our point of interest on the daily time frame. Now we have been in this area or price range for maybe like 2 weeks now. Whenever there's a big accumulation period that goes through so many days, that means that there's going to be a big move coming. So it could either go up, it could either go down. Now I'm thinking it's going to go up. The accumulation has been mostly buying. People have been buying more than selling it. There's times where the stock tried to go above it, but it rejected. As you can see, this little line right here, and then the actual like where it closed. People have been kind of like just accumulating for now, mostly buying because we dipped under it and it was bought right back up in it. Now we're in this pennant. So this pattern right here is actually very good if you want to buy it. So a big accumulation started with this two right here, specifically these two. We had a small one, big one, and then a bigger one with more buying, right? We actually closed above the point of interest and then we went down. So down to whenever there's like a huge buying volume, what I look for to go into it, because I don't buy it right away, I wait. So I look for it to come back down in price and buy it. So what I look for is the price to go down and the volume to go down. So the volume decreased, as you can see, and then it started getting back up again. So especially with this one right here, this one kind of confirmed my entry. Is it's like, okay, like people were really interested. Like it dropped and then it went right back up to that area. So I took a position somewhere around here, and I like to put this trend line down here because I want it to close above it. If it were to close under it, that means my thesis is invalid and this stock's most likely going to go back down. If I go down to a 15-minute time frame, you'll be able to see here. So you can see this line that's like undotted. It signifies the time of when the market opened. We just opened a new time frame, by the way. So this was earlier today, around like 1 p.m. or so. And the market opened, right? So it was kind of dead, whatever. Then we tested this trend line that I drew, and you can see it didn't close above it, it closed under it. So it went right back down. Now, I got into this trade here. Why? Because just like how there is a big or whatever you want to call it, diagram or whatever, just like how there is one for the daily, there's also one for the 15. So as you can see, look at this giant point of interest in that price. See that? Kind of lines up with where I was at. I didn't want to see this close under it because that means that the selling is too much. This means that the selling was just enough to get it above. That's where I entered. This is where I got into the trade. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to, I got in here. So I wanted to close above this trend line that I drew, which is actually doing it right now. As you can see, 5. It's going up, 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 up. We broke above that trend line and we held. Now I would like it to just continue upwards. So for me, I'm looking for it to continue upwards past this green box. And if we go back to the daily, I'd like to try to see it go up into this box here. This is going to be a big move, and I don't really think that's going to happen overnight. It might happen overnight. But what I want to see a big move or a big try. I wanted to try to get up here. If it like does get back up around here, like we're looking at like making a couple $100. So that's what I would be aiming for. I'll close above this, which is, it might take a day or two. This is the daily, so it might take a day or two. But I wanted to close above this and make a push maybe to this area. Maybe, yeah, this area. I'll even mark it there. Because if we also go to this point in time on July 23rd of 2023, this is one of the areas where it kind of touched before going back down. So if we can close above this, I believe we can head up to this point in time right there. See how it matches up? That. But that's pretty much my thesis. And then I'll show you guys a picture of like how much money I've made so far. Peace.